What we're witnessing isn't just another celebrity scandal or political controversy. This is the potential collapse of the most sophisticated blackmail operation in modern American history. The surveillance network that Diddy built makes Jeffrey Epstein's operation look primitive by comparison. Epstein had a private island and a handful of properties. Diddy had multiple mansions equipped with state-of-the-art recording technology, and his reach extended far beyond anything Epstein ever achieved. Here's what should terrify everyone paying attention. Federal prosecutors had Diddy dead to rights on major charges like trafficking and racketeering conspiracy. These could have put him away for life. Instead, they suddenly pulled back and only convicted him on transportation violations. Legal experts are scratching their heads because cases like this usually don't even make it to federal court. Why would prosecutors with slam-dunk evidence suddenly settle for minor charges? Because a full trial would have meant putting all their evidence on public display. And that evidence includes footage of people who run this country doing things they never want anyone to see. The administration has already started making personnel changes related to this case. They fired Maureen Comey, the lead prosecutor in the Diddy case and daughter of former FBI Director James Comey. That move signals they're taking control of the narrative and deciding who gets protected going forward. Meanwhile, the entertainment industry is splitting over this issue. Rapper 50 Cent publicly stated he would try to convince Trump not to grant clemency, posting that Diddy said terrible things about Trump and promising to reach out about it. But the clock is ticking in this entire operation. Every day Diddy stays alive in federal prison is another day that powerful people across the globe have to worry about what he might reveal. The surveillance network he helped create has everyone trapped, and the federal government is deciding who gets exposed and who gets protected based on their own political interests. When that pardon comes, and multiple sources now suggest it's likely rather than possible, it will represent the largest cover-up operation in American political history. Hook on introduction, 0 to 30 seconds. A single hard drive hidden in a Miami mansion contains thousands of hours of footage that could collapse entire governments and destroy billion-dollar careers overnight. The man who controls access to that drive is currently negotiating with the President of the United States from behind prison bars. Right now, as you're watching this video, Trump administration officials are having serious discussions about pardoning Sean Diddy Combs. But this isn't about mercy or friendship. This is about preventing the complete exposure of a surveillance operation so massive that it makes Epstein's network look like child's play. Every room was wired, every conversation recorded. Politicians, A-list celebrities, and foreign leaders all captured in compromising situations they never imagined would see daylight. And the evidence sitting in federal custody right now could bring down the most powerful people in America. But someone is trying to make sure that never happens. The relationship between Donald Trump and Sean Combs stretches back decades, and it's built on far more than just mutual respect. These two men moved in the same elite New York circles throughout the 1990s and 2000s. They were photographed together at exclusive parties, high society galas, and private events, where only the most connected people got invitations. But the question that's keeping administration officials awake at night isn't whether they were friends, it's what Diddy might have recorded during those interactions. TMZ reports that Trump is genuinely considering pardoning Diddy, and this has moved beyond casual speculation into serious White House discussions. Administration insiders say the decision could happen fast, but it all depends on how Diddy's legal situation develops. Here's what makes this potential pardon so explosive. Trump uses the exact same language to describe Diddy's situation that he uses for his own legal challenges. He believes Diddy was unfairly targeted by federal prosecutors who are weaponizing the justice system. That parallel isn't accidental, it's positioning for a transaction that goes way beyond normal political considerations. Think about the calculation Trump faces here. He can grant the pardon and hope to maintain mutual silence between them, or he can deny it and risk Diddy revealing everything through other channels. But this isn't just about protecting Trump personally. Sources close to the administration suggest the timing of a Diddy pardon would be perfect as a distraction from ongoing Epstein document releases. Both operations served identical purposes, gathering compromising material on powerful figures for leverage and control. Both networks involved overlapping groups of politicians, business leaders, and entertainment figures. The stakes couldn't be higher because Diddy possesses recorded evidence that could destroy political careers, collapse business empires, and potentially destabilize entire institutions. This is mutually assured destruction at the highest levels of American power. And right now, both men understand they're locked in a game where exposure of one could bring down both. Inside NDC Brooklyn, one of America's most brutal federal prisons, Sean Combs isn't behaving like a broken man awaiting his fate. Instead, he's executing the most calculated negotiation strategy ever attempted from behind bars. This facility has housed serious players before: R. Kelly, Ghislaine Maxwell, Sam Bankman-Fried. But none of them possessed what Diddy has. None of them could bring down entire political networks with a single conversation. And none of them had the leverage to make the President of the United States consider clemency. Diddy's legal team just filed a motion requesting $50 million in bond. Let that sink in for a moment. $50 million for what prosecutors are calling transportation violations. That's an insane amount for these charges, and his lawyers know it. But this isn't really about getting released on bond. This is about sending a message about the value of what he knows. The bond is secured by his Miami mansion, the same property that served as headquarters for his entire surveillance operation. By offering it as collateral, he's essentially telling federal authorities that if they want him out, they have to accept that he maintains access to all his files and recordings. But the genius of this move goes deeper. Diddy paid off that Miami house completely before his arrest. No mortgage, no liens, totally owned free and clear. That wasn't coincidence, that was preparation for exactly this kind of negotiation. He also surrendered his passport 6 months early, another calculated move to show cooperation while maintaining leverage. Sources inside the prison describe him as anything but defeated. He's staying in contact with his legal team, coordinating with outside advisors, making strategic decisions. This man built his empire on reading people and making deals, and prison hasn't changed his approach. Every move he makes is designed to remind powerful people what he's capable of revealing if this situation goes wrong. When federal agents hit Diddy's properties in March, they uncovered a surveillance goldmine that exceeded even their worst expectations. The raids netted over 250 recording devices and cameras hidden throughout multiple properties. We're talking about computers packed with years of footage, external hard drives containing terabytes of compromising material, and backup systems that ensured nothing was ever lost. The sheer volume of evidence was staggering, enough digital material to bring down half of Washington and Hollywood combined. But here's where this story takes a disturbing turn. Federal prosecutors are sitting on the majority of that evidence and refusing to use it in court. Think about that for a second. They have recordings that could expose criminal activity by some of the most powerful people in America, and they're keeping it locked away. The prosecution strategy reveals everything you need to know about who really controls this case. They used exactly one recording in court, the tape that Cassie Ventura voluntarily provided. No questions about how it was obtained, no legal complications, clean and simple evidence. All those other tapes seized from Diddy's houses, they stay classified because putting them in the public record would expose too many powerful people. We're talking about politicians caught making illegal deals, business leaders engaging in criminal conspiracies, foreign officials being blackmailed, all of it captured on Diddy's surveillance network, and all of it being kept secret to protect the system. This isn't about bringing Sean Combs to justice anymore. This is about controlling the narrative and protecting the people who really run things. The federal government is essentially holding America's most powerful figures hostage with their own recorded crimes. And they're deciding who gets exposed and who gets protected based on their own political interests. That's exactly why Diddy's current situation is so dangerous for everyone involved. The truth about Diddy's operation came to light through one man's testimony that changed everything. Lil Rod, a producer who worked closely inside Diddy's inner circle, filed an explosive affidavit that revealed the shocking scope of what was really happening behind those mansion doors. According to Rod's sworn statement, every single room in Diddy's properties was equipped with hidden recording devices, not just the main party areas. Every bedroom, every bathroom, every private corner where people thought they could speak freely. Tiny cameras disguised as decorations, audio equipment hidden in wall fixtures, surveillance technology so advanced that guests had absolutely no idea they were being monitored and recorded. But here's what makes this surveillance network truly terrifying. The guest list for these gatherings read like a who's who of American power. We're not just talking about Hollywood celebrities looking to party. Congressional members showed up to these events. Foreign princes attended these intimate gatherings. Religious leaders got caught in Diddy's web. Business moguls who control billions in assets were all unknowingly starring in their own blackmail reels. The Miami mansion served as the central hub for this entire operation. This wasn't just Diddy's home. It was the headquarters for the most sophisticated intelligence gathering operation outside of government agencies. Every interaction, every deal discussed, every compromising moment was captured and archived. And federal investigators now have access to all of it. A single hard drive hidden in a Miami mansion contains thousands of hours of footage that could collapse entire governments and destroy billion-dollar careers overnight. The man who controls access to that drive is currently negotiating with the President of the United States from behind prison bars. Right now, as you're watching this video, Trump administration officials are having serious discussions about pardoning Sean Diddy Combs. But this isn't about mercy or friendship. This is about preventing the complete exposure of a surveillance operation so massive that it makes Epstein's network look like child's play. Every room was wired, every conversation recorded. Politicians, A-list celebrities, and foreign leaders all captured in compromising situations that they never imagined would see daylight. And the evidence sitting in federal custody right now could bring down the most powerful people in America. But someone is trying to make sure that never happens.